Hi, everyone. I'm Traci Rosenberg. I'm a numerologist and an empowerment coach. My goal is to help you figure out what your life purpose is and then to coach you into living that purpose. Today, we're going to talk about numerology and how a numerology reading can change your life. So I bet you didn't know, but your name and your birth date contain a code that can tell me your entire life plan. So hidden in your name and your birth date is so much information that a full numerology reading takes 2 hours to go through. So I'm going to give you a little taste of what you would discover in a numerology reading today. So beginning with your soul number, your soul is your heart's greatest desire. So there's a number in your chart that actually tells me what it really is that you desire more than anything else as far as how you want to be out in this world. Is it love, or is it creativity, or is it being of service? Like, what is it that you desire more than anything? There's another number in the chart that actually tells me what the goals are for your human agenda in this lifetime. And we have several numbers that tell me what actually your lessons are. So there's a major life lesson, and then there are many other lessons that you're also here to learn. And what's really important about the lesson numbers is that certain events will occur in your life, and they will happen over and over and over again. And you'll say to yourself, why does this keep happening to me? It doesn't happen to anyone else I know, but it keeps happening to me over and over again. And that's because this event that keeps occurring to you over and over again is part of what the major lesson is that you're here to learn. So once you know what the lesson is, you stop feeling like a victim and start realizing, I just need to take this head on. Here's why we're at this place again. This is what I'm here to learn. And I can share that information with you and make it very clear what you came here to learn. I can also show you what it is that you came here to achieve, because we all want to achieve something while we're here. And your numerology chart is going to show you that information as well. So there's lots of information, including opportunities that are coming your way and at what age you're going to be when that opportunity arises. So numerology reading gives you really all kinds of information, but ultimately it shows me the purpose of your life. Why did you come to Earth, and what is this life all about, and what do you want to accomplish while you're here? So that's a little bit of insight into the reading. But ultimately, a numerology reading is a guide to having a spiritual awakening. And once you begin to understand that it's not just your human life that you're living, but also you have a soul. You are a soul. And that soul is actually playing out more of a role than you realize. In fact, your soul is running the show here. The content of your human experience is based entirely on the soul's agenda. And when we do a numerology reading, we get to see what that's all about. So I would like to give you a little bit of insight into how the soul and the human self play out as you're living your life from day to day. Because to me, this is the basic understanding of what spiritual awakening is all about. And ultimately, that's the reason for numerology reading. So to begin with, I'd like to help you understand what your human life is all about. The human life is easy to understand because it's concrete. You can see it, feel it, touch it, you're living it every day. You understand your human life very well. But your human life is actually the opposite of your soul. And opposites are very important because we learn through opposites. We can't understand what hot is unless we understand what cold is. And we can't understand light without understanding dark, or peace without conflict. Your soul and human self are also a set of opposites that interact with each other. So just as your human self is very visible and concrete and easy to understand, your soul is invisible. And it's a little harder to understand because you can't see it, feel it, or touch it. But your soul is eternal, whereas your human life has a beginning and an end. We're born and we die. Your soul is unlimited, where your human self actually has limitations. You've been given a certain set of characteristics and traits. There are things that you're good at, things you're terrible at, and we're all that way. So you're limited in what your human self can do, but not so in your soul. And ultimately, we are here to combine the soul and the human self. But in order to do that, we need to understand the essential component of the soul that is different from the human self. And that is the virtues. Your soul is made up of all the different virtues, where your human self wants to acquire them. So for example, as a human, we want to have a lot of things. We want abundance in all its forms. We want to have love in our lives. We want to have joy, peace, creativity, beauty. We want to have a lot of things. And we are convinced that we must do something to acquire these things. And we work really hard to do that. But the soul actually says, you don't have to work so hard to acquire love, because I am love, and I am peace. I am joy. I am creativity. I am beauty. I am all of these things already. And if you think about it, you can't stop being what you are. You simply are them. Can water stop being wet? No. Try taking the wetness out of water. It just doesn't work. So the soul can't stop being love or peace or joy. You are that all the time. So where your human self wants to have an experience of love and peace and joy, your soul says, all you have to do is be that. Be loving, be peaceful, be joyful, be creative, be beautiful, be the virtues, live from the inside out. Stop trying to acquire the things that are outside in the world and bring them into you, and instead be them and live them and express them out. That is the main component between the soul and the human self that's most important to understand. And the other piece that's really important is that your human self, while it's trying to acquire all of these things, is always in a state of fear that it's going to lose them. Once you get a certain amount of money, your life will expand so that you are using up all that money. And now you need more money in order to acquire new things to have more fun. And so you're constantly trying to achieve more and more and more. And from the soul level, there's no achievement necessary. You already are these things and you learn how to be them. So what that means is that your soul and human self work together like this. Your soul is similar to everyone else's soul. You all contain the same virtues, every one of us. However, your human self is unique. There's only certain characteristics and traits that you possess. And when you take the virtues of the soul and you put them through your human personality, you will express love differently than anyone else, joy differently than anyone else. You'll express peace differently, creativity differently, beauty differently. All of it comes through you in a very unique way. This is your true concrete expression that is meant to be out in the world. And so the things that you're searching for, you don't need to search for. You simply need to find them within yourself and express them. You're not lacking. You've never been lacking. And what's so powerful about understanding this is that the content of your human experience is all set up based on the soul. So if your soul wants to know itself as strength, you are going to have to go through something in your human life that is going to require you to be really strong to get through it. If your soul wants to know itself as compassion, then something bad has to happen out in the world or to someone you love in order for you to feel compassion. If your soul wants to know love, all you have to do is look in the eyes of a cute little kitten or a puppy or even a baby, and it just pulls the love right out of you. A sunset can pull the awe right out of you. It doesn't take much. This human experience is here to awaken you to what your soul actually is all about. And when you get a numerology reading, it's like a map. It's a guide to all the different ways in which you are going to have to live your human life in order to awaken your soul. And that's what the numerology reading can give you. It's going to be a beautiful expression that you will see yourself entirely in. It won't feel like something new or out of the blue, but it will be your greatest version of who you are, your potential, and what you can be out in the world. So I always start with a numerology reading, and then as an empowerment coach, I coach people into living the potential of their numerology chart. It really is a life-changing experience, and one that I hope you're willing to take that journey and take that ride with me. Have a great day. Thanks.